In 2025, the immigration situation in the United States is a topic that looms large, profoundly shaping the nation's domestic and foreign policies. The Trump administration's second term has seen a significant shift in focus towards immigration enforcement, particularly with regards to the surge of African migrants at the southern border. This emphasis on immigration is impacting trade and finance discussions with African nations, as domestic political concerns are taking precedence. The potential implications of this shift are vast, as deportations of African migrants could increase, impacting countries' negotiations with the U.S. on issues like the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act and the G20 summit. The current climate is one where domestic politics, particularly immigration policy, are prioritized over international trade and investment agreements. As the surge of African migrants at the southern border intensifies, domestic politics takes precedence over international agreements, a shift that could have far-reaching consequences. The Trump administration has escalated its immigration enforcement, leading to an unprecedented number of raids and arrests of undocumented migrants. This surge in activity marks a significant shift from previous years, with a marked increase in the number of arrests since Trump's return to office. Thousands of individuals, both those with criminal records and those without, have been detained, highlighting the administration's unwavering stance on immigration. These raids have not been without consequence. Immigrant communities across major U.S. cities, including Philadelphia, have been thrown into a state of fear and anxiety. Daily life has been disrupted, with many choosing to go underground in an attempt to evade the relentless raids. This heightened fear has also led to a reluctance to seek government services, further isolating these communities. But why this aggressive drive? Well, the administration has made it abundantly clear that all undocumented migrants, irrespective of their criminal history or lack thereof, are potentially subject to arrest and deportation. This stance forms part of a broader effort to crack down on undocumented migration, an effort that has been further solidified with the signing of the Locke and Riley Act. This legislation allows for immigrants arrested for certain crimes to be held in jail pending trial, reinforcing the administration's hardline approach to immigration. The administration's aggressive crackdown on undocumented migration is a clear indication of its commitment to its immigration policy, regardless of the human cost. Effective deportation is not merely a matter of detention, it also requires diplomatic negotiations and leverage. To better understand this, let's delve into the necessity of bilateral agreements for successful deportations. These are agreements that two countries mutually enter into, outlining the terms and conditions for deporting individuals who have been found to be in violation of immigration laws. Without such agreements, countries can refuse to accept their citizens back, leading to a stalemate that can complicate the deportation process. Recently, some countries have begun to push back against deportations. For instance, Brazil and Colombia have expressed their discontent with the U.S.'s aggressive deportation agenda. This has led to diplomatic tensions and has raised questions about the sustainability of mass deportations as a long-term strategy to manage immigration. But the U.S. government isn't just dealing with pushback from other countries. It's also grappling with where to house individuals awaiting deportation. One possibility that's been explored is setting up a detention camp in Guantanamo Bay. This would be a place to hold those deemed to be criminal, illegal immigrants until they can be deported. However, this proposal is fraught with its own set of challenges and controversies. All these elements, from bilateral agreements to detention facilities, highlight the intricate diplomatic dance that comes into play when dealing with immigration and deportation. The push and pull between nations, the balancing of human rights with national security concerns, the legal intricacies and the logistical hurdles, all these factors combine to create a diplomatic dilemma. The diplomatic tensions arising from mass deportations underscore the complex challenges involved in implementing stringent immigration policies. In summary, the Trump administration's aggressive immigration policies are shaping not only the domestic landscape, but also international relations. The evolving situation has had a profound impact on U.S.-Africa relations, with immigration enforcement taking precedence over trade and investment agreements. This shift in focus has potential ramifications for countries' negotiations with the U.S. on issues like AGOA and the G20 summit. Additionally, we've seen an escalation in raids and arrests of undocumented migrants, instilling fear and anxiety in immigrant communities. This has led to disruptions in daily life and a reluctance to seek government services. The administration has reinforced that all undocumented migrants are subject to arrest and deportation, regardless of their criminal history. Finally, we discussed the diplomatic challenges involved in deportations. Successful deportations require not only detention, but also diplomatic negotiations and leverage, a fact that has led to increased tensions with countries like Brazil and Colombia. The immigration situation in the United States is a dynamic and complex issue that continues to evolve. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and get notified of our next video.